Okay,
Yeah.
so Pascal, just tell us a bit of what led you to writing this book and why you timed it for your birthday as as a birthday release. Like, why was it so special that you got it out on your birthday?
Okay, so when it comes to how I release my art into the world, it's honestly not about my birthday. It's more about the month I was born in. I just
Hmm.
really believe in like the power that the Aries season has when it comes to start new beginnings, putting
Definitely.
out things that could be useful to the world, or just basically starting out new ventures, you know. And I've my last book, the first one we worked on, which is For the Love of Men, was released on the same day. I don't know if you remember. So
I do.
I really like 12th of April particularly, um for personal reasons, but also because it's just a day that falls what's it called, in Aries season, and I just
Yeah.
like putting things out in Aries season. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, astrologically, Aries season is the beginning of the astrological calendar, so you're not
Yes.
wrong. I see we have Chisa here. Chisa worked on this lovely, lovely cover. So, Chisa, hi, hi, hi. Welcome, Annabelle. We're so happy to have you. Welcome here,
Hi
Jedidiah.
everyone.
Jedidiah, I hope I'm saying that correctly. So, yeah, I do agree that we must move according to the seasons to ensure that the things we put out are well intentioned. And as Pascal has rightly said, we worked on his first collection in 2024. I remember for
Yeah.
that we had an Instagram live. So we've always done like a little party to
Yeah.
celebrate because I mean, why not? So if you love
Yeah.
poetry, you can always scan the QR
I feel
code.
like we didn't really sit with that book. I didn't really sit with that book.
Yeah, but
I
we
feel
sat
like
with it in the house. I gave at the time we were
true.
running an internship cycle with Pencil Max. Every single intern read that book. Everybody, oh my God, I want to meet her. There's someone here. Mia PJ, she is very close to me, and she has been
Hi, Mia.
implying that oh, she wants to reach out to you because, as many of you might know or may not know, Pascal is a bit of a social media sensation on
I still
TikTok. He
remember
has 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you love social commentary, do run it up, Pazqal Eriq. So she has been dying to meet you. So when she just
it.
left briefly, when she comes back again, I hope she'll get her interaction fun time. So as you said, we didn't really sit with the last book. We're sitting with this one
Yeah.
now.
This one I feel like I'm going to sit with it a little bit more. There should be, because we are still working on the summer edition, fingers
Yeah.
crossed. And aside the fact that there will be more in the chapbook, art wise, there should be more when it comes to the spread of the word of
Mm,
just basically letting people know that it's out
yeah.
there. For the Love of Men was a book that I particularly just needed to get out of
Hmm.
my system. It was something that I wrote, I think, within the space of a year,
Yeah.
which was very interesting to me. It was a journey, but it was something I just had to put it out into the world and say, yeah, next, let's work on the next thing. But
Okay.
um intimacy, just like the act of it, is very, I feel like it's a slow journey, something that we really have to sit in with the book. And there's a part of your question that I actually didn't answer, which is what led me to writing the book.
Yes.
um I've always just been someone who has observed human relationships and how that translates into how it affects other things in our lives. So for
Mhm.
instance, in the book, we have someone who is pregnant, but heartbreak is also affecting the way they are experiencing this journey and forming how their experience throughout this journey would, you know, end up.
Yeah.
But so I just like observing things. And then growing up, um, I had a mother who was not, she wasn't a midwife, but then she was very much a very helpful neighbor who helped a couple of women give birth, and I witnessed. I don't know how y'all do that. I don't know how women do it. I'm just like, if I was, I would just take out. but yeah. um, I had to write the book. I already started writing. The first poem that came from this book was Baby Wait, and it was me trying to understand the psychology behind somebody who is pregnant, but still dealing with other types of emotional stress.
Yeah.
And a lot of these women, some of these women that because I did spend a lot of time with the women that my mom helped, and around other pregnant women in the hospital, you could see so many different reactions to one situation, or you could tell that these different people are going through different things in their houses, but then they are also still giving birth, and
Yeah.
they're trying to carry this with grace. And so it's just like, yeah, I'm very much a vicarious writer. I like to tell people, um, I like to try to see from other people's perspective. I think it tries to train my brain to be more empathetic in a
Yeah.
way.
I
Um,
agree.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's something that I do. I have written a couple of pieces here there. Like I have a work published in a Kenyan magazine that was about a soldier who went to war and then
Mm-hmm.
came back and killed his wife out of PTSD. So it
Oh,
was like, yeah, there are many things. I've never been to war. I've never
yeah.
hopefully we never experienced that. Oh my God. But also so I channeled that, and it's just something that I like to do in my poetry.
Yeah.
And this was something that went beyond just um, the experience of being pregnant. It was also the experience of carrying someone as much as they carry you, being
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable with someone as much as they can be with you, and basically just trying to achieve a certain level of human connection that
Yeah.
honestly I feel, and maybe this is a bias, but I feel like it's a kind of human connection that supersedes physical connection. Like it's so mental that
Mm-hmm.
y'all could enter a flow state because of the fact of how connected you are with a person. And that
Yeah.
was really what I was trying to depict in this book.
Mm-hmm.
The good, the bad, because even in loving someone is coming to terms with the fact that they are flaws that they need to
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
on. There are also flaws that are just who they are, and you have to accept that it for them, or you just have to move on. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I try to really just encompass what friendship between
Is.
I and so many. I keep saying it. This book houses so many different lessons that I've learned from all the women that I've been friends with in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like they carry a particular type of softness that helps me understand things. And I wanted to really, through this book, just depict what intimacy has been like with
Yeah.
women, from a non-sexual point of view, um, and just watching people grow, become who they are. And the last poem, which is one of my favorite poems, does not depict an ending, but the beginning to more,
Yeah.
and which is what I feel love should be like.
Definitely.
It's always stretching itself. It's always giving. It's ready to receive too, but it's giving because it wants to, and that's what honestly, that's what a lot of my female friendships feel like. They've held me in so many ways, and so yeah, of course, I'm going to write about the
Mm.
women that I've interacted with and the feeling of being around the feminine. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Well,
was where channeled.
yeah, very, very good. I well as I've read this book over and over. I've edited it, and I agree. And I also wanted to comment on something you said. I think that vicarious writing is just writing. It's a very, I wouldn't say very recent, but it's a more recent approach for people to write from the personal. I mean, we've always written the personal, we've just lied that it was fiction, which is
Yeah.
acceptable. So feel free. Anyway, so because we have other stuff to get to and a party to actually celebrate, we have sat down, Paz and I, and we have done this interview before. So if you're interested in reading and you love reading written interviews, I've put the link in the chat box where you can have access to
Yeah.
Conversation, writer and editor in conversation. Now we're going to move on to actually hearing some poems because I'm sure that you've been talking about it and everybody's like, I'm interested. I just want to, not make it too obvious. So Paz, if you can, please read us two of your favorite poems from this collection and then we can kind
Okay. I'm going to let you pick one,
Okay.
and I'm going to let anyone from the audience. You might not have read it, but you can pick between 1 to 12.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So,
anyone who's interested, the
someone
first
pick between
person
one to
in
twelve.
the chat
Yeah, the
box.
first person to pick a number between 1 to 12. I'll read that poem, and then Rara would pick any other one that I should read.
Yeah. You know the one I have in my mind. Like when we were editing, this was always my favorite. You
Am I
know,
going to be right?
the-
Do I remember? Is it vulnerability?
Pisces
Oh my
beginning.
God.
And then we also have, okay, Jedidia said
7.
13, just kidding, 7. Well, Go
Okay.
goes first with number 8. So we will be
Okay.
reading the eighth poem and then we will read Pisces beginning. Sorry, Jedidia, it was 1 to 13. So she said number 7, but we'll be
Okay,
reading,
so 8.
yeah, 8.
Um, Alrighty, let's do 8. 8 is titled Vulnerability, which is my favorite poem.
Ironically.
All right. Anne once told me she loves the way I talk about my exes. How I freely say, my boyfriend at the time, like everyone knows. I told her that everyone does. They just haven't accepted it, with no care if they do or do not. She reminds me of the first time I came to her parents' house in Abuja, sitting on a sofa, facing each other, listening to dreams about the devil. Then I casually say, my first devil was a manly man, really my spec. She screams, I knew it. I smile, for I know what she means. We have never talked about this. We are never going to. She smiles because she is happy I feel free enough to tell her, to speak about it like that. She thinks this is because she is special to me. And it is, but I will never tell her. Just show her, unlike that devil. Thank you.
Woohoo! That's a very, very special one, vulnerability. I mean, we all want to be vulnerable, but how many of us have what it takes to actually
Yeah.
do that? And Gold sent a love emoji because you read her poem. So thank you so much for participating,
Oh,
Gold. Ifedayo, thank you so much for joining. We have some new guests. So we have Ifedayo, Abu joined back. So happy to have you. Uh,
yeah.
Jedidi, I don't think we said hi to you before, so hi again. And for our OGs that have stayed from the beginning, we have Anna. Anna, so happy that you're here. And then
Hi,
Annabelle
everyone.
Smith as well. Okay, now Pascal, please read my favorite poem.
Okay, because Jordan asked twice, I'm going to read number 8 for him, and then
Number
number
7.
7 for him, and
Yeah.
then I'll read your poem.
Okay.
All right. Number 7 is titled Pregnancy Cravings, and it has a title quote that goes, the curse of Eve is to be burdened by little things. And this is anonymous. All right, so it goes, I tell Anne that the devil she is in love with will eventually bite her. And when he does, I won't be here to comfort her. She giggles and she shoves my shoulder away, asking how I know he will. She promises he's just as nice as he looks. I can never be so sure. I have been with devils, I tell Anne, not once, not twice, but many times. I know their ways. I have felt their pain. Anne never listens, even when it gets too late. She giggles because she knows I will be there to comfort her anyway. Thank you.
I love this one because I think we can all relate to having that friend who doesn't listen because they follow very wicked people around. And this is it swings both ways, It doesn't matter a guy or a girl, but I personally have a friend that I don't advise her again. You do what you like, dear. You do you do what you
Haven't you
like.
heard that you don't advise people in love?
In love, they don't. So they don't. You go ahead, feel free to love your love. When you come crying, I will do what I can do to.